He's 100% correct. Look at all the billionaires we got. I just named some of them. Can you name a single institution, relevant institution? Not a barbershop, not a restaurant. Nothing against barbershops and restaurants. We need them. But nobody's not going to die if they don't eat at a restaurant or get their hair cut. You understand? The critical institutions are the banks, the supermarkets, the hospitals, the schools, the manufacturing and the distribution. Every people needs those. Like Garvey said, when you go to the European race, they finance each other. You go to the Mexicans, they finance each other. You go to the Arabs and the Chinese, they finance each other. They're rich people finance the people on the bottom. You don't see that in Black America. I just saw an interview where somebody was talking to a European Jew. You know what he said? He said, the reason Jewish people celebrate their billionaires is because they know when one of us becomes a billionaire, several of them are going to become millionaires automatically. You see that? If he's rich, I know I'm getting a piece of it. So the wealth of one is automatically the wealth of all. You don't get that in Black America. Jay-Z's money is Jay-Z's money. LeBron's money is LeBron money. Oprah Winfrey, the richest woman in the history of the North American continent, black or white, Oprah hasn't built a single institution in America for Black people. Nothing would be more embarrassing than if Oprah Winfrey leaves this earth. And I wish nothing on her because I love the sister. But when she goes to her ancestors, she's going to leave probably one of the biggest estates in human history. And you never use none of that money for your people during your lifetime. All these celebrities we got, they don't do nothing. What are we celebrating right now? 50 years of hip hop. This whole year has been a celebration of 50 years of hip hop, and nobody has had a conversation yet. Has hip hop benefited the Black community? Overall, has this been a plus or has this been a minus? Now let's go to the institutions. Hip hop is the most influential musical form in the world right now. 50 years. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry, of course, dominated by European Jews. But yet and still, many of these artists are very wealthy. Not a single institution has come from hip hop in 50 years. Am I supposed to ignore that? Am I supposed to act like these young brothers out here who pushing death and destruction, sexual exploitation and miscegenation of Black women, these young brothers who out here pushing drug selling, going to jail, and everything possibly illegal to children, I'm supposed to believe that this was a blessing to the Black community when you brainwashing our kids, and on top of the brainwash, on top of the toxic content, you didn't even come back to the community and do anything good for it except give out some damn turkeys and sneakers. Are you kidding me? With the type of money that hip hop has generated around the world, there should be at least 25 Black Wall Streets in America right now. Chicago should have a Black Wall Street. LA should have a Black Wall Street. Atlanta should have a Black Wall Street. Memphis should have a Black Wall Street. Milwaukee should have a Black Wall Street. Little Rock should have a Black Wall Street with all the money that these gangster rappers are making, and yet and still they do nothing for their people. That is what Garvey is talking about.
Yeah, and you would think after all that we done been through that will come a day in which we'll unite some way, you know.
No, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Because it takes love to unite. It takes anger to react. Trayvon Martin, we reacted. Michael Brown, we reacted. Breonna Taylor, we reacted. Philando Castile, we reacted. Sandra Bland, we reacted. Tommy Rice, we reacted. Dante, Amir, we reacted. And we needed to. Rebellions are important. You understand? Riots are important. Revolutions are better. You know why we never get to the point of revolution? Because in order for that rebellion and that riot to become a revolution, the people involved must be committed spiritually to the liberation of their people. A riot and a rebellion is nothing more than a temporary temper tantrum. It's a temporary temper tantrum. That's not going to change nothing. You need revolution, sustained activity. But the problem is, Black people are not motivated by love. We're motivated by anger. And that's why you only see us get political when white people piss us off. If white people ain't pissing us off, we could care less what white people do to us. But when you piss us off, like taking the life of one of our loved ones, which should piss us off. The point that I'm making, before they killed your loved one, we should have already been policing our own community so nobody has to call 911 in the first place. You see how that goes? See, love, when you love your people, you build and do for them before there's a crisis. You see how that goes? When you taking care of your child, you educate them because you know they're going to need it later. You feed them because you know if you don't, they will get sick later. You're going to teach them who they are because if you don't, they're going to be brainwashed later. Because you love that child, what do? You solve problems before they even show up. Black America never solves problems before they even show up, because you need love to solve a problem before it even shows up, and we don't have enough of it.